Ryan here with Dark Rangers Inc. And as you can see, we got a shipment of fresh boxes in today, which means it's time to kick off another gear review video. This time we are going to be going over the Losmandy G811. And now most of you guys have probably already seen my review on the G11. This is kind of its little brother. It's going to pack a lot of the same punch and features. In fact, a lot of the components are actually interchangeable on, which we'll go over in a little bit. But it's gonna bring you a lighter, smaller, more compact package that's gonna allow you to use it as a grab and go, or maybe a secondary mount for the backyard if you have a scope that's not quite as big. You do get 50 pounds of capacity, so it's going to edge out a lot of the middleweight mounts that you see that are usually in the 40 or 44 pound range. But you're gonna save about 20 pounds on the tripod and almost 10 pounds on the mount head versus the G11, saving you a total of about 30 pounds, which is just a little less than half the weight. So if you're somebody that does need to move it around, maybe you have some lifting restrictions, or you just wanna have something that has the flexibility to easily pack up and go, this is gonna be a great option for you. And the nice thing is you can actually use things like the Gemini computer and some of the other parts and interchange it. So if you only wanna use this on the road, you could actually save quite a bit of money by not getting some of the things that already came on your Losmandy G11 or maybe another mount, and just use this as your grab and go setup. If you do want to run it as a full-time second mount, that's an option as well. And of course, it can be your primary. We're going to test its ability to be used out in the field with a 3-night dark sky trip. Tanya from Losmandy is actually going to fly out from California, and we're going to take her on her first dark sky experience, and we're going to pack all of it up and just see how well it does versus a harmonic option, and just see what is the viability of a German equatorial mount as a lighter weight portable option that also gives you a lot of the great features about stability, reliability, and longevity that we know German equatorial mounts are known for. So as usual, we are going to do an unboxing, but in ultra high speed mode, so you can experience it in about 10 seconds, and then we'll continue the review from there. All right, well, here we go. We got it all assembled. I just have to throw the counterweight shaft and weight on it. And the form factor on this is quite a bit lighter, obviously, than the G11. This is definitely something that you could carry out in one unit. Probably recommend not taking it with the scope unless the scope was also pretty light, but basically the same way that I would treat any of my harmonic mounts, I can do that. And essentially it's about the same size factor. Now, obviously I can go ahead and extend these legs quite a bit, but for me, I usually just tend to leave it, something like that. I might extend them a little bit, depends on, what I'm putting it on. But you really get the same solid feel from this tripod. I think it's because this big central area is all essentially the same. It's fairly chunky, but because there's square tubes and then on the back they're kind of indented on both sides, they're able to cut weight but still give you this feeling that you're gonna have a nice solid setup. The assembly is actually really easy. They give you all of the Allen keys. The only probably challenging part are the two motors, and you basically have to just get the Allen keys in on an angle, and then you have to use kind of the ball head one. You don't want to use the standard, and you just get it on an angle and you get them tightened, and then everything else really just kind of falls together. I have it right now without the RA extension. I just want to test the difference, and then we will eventually put the RA extension like we have on the G11. That way we can separate the declination and RA axis, making it even lighter and easier to pack away. It does come with a nice bracket for the Gemini system that you can angle up and down. And then this one has all of the little gadgets on it, like the knobs here for the RA clutch, which I said in the first one, I don't think you really need unless you have like arthritic hands, which I know a lot of folks do, then they are really nice. But having said that, even without any hands issues, it does make it quite a bit easier to grip onto them. And then this one has the altitude knobs, which I 100% recommend, because then once it's set up, it's completely tool-free operation. You can lock in the left and right or east and west, as well as the altitude, just by using knobs instead of having to use a big Allen key setup. So I also got a set up for the G11. That way they're, basically a twin setup at that point. But it really just gives you like all of the solid feel of the G11 in a much smaller, lighter package. And again, you still have a 50-pound capacity. So I'm excited to see, you know, how it works in the backyard, how it travels, and really just put it through its paces so that I can give you guys an honest and thorough review. So looking forward to getting hopefully a first light tonight with it, and then seeing how it does. I may experiment. I have this left over from the G11 because again, all the parts are fairly interchangeable. I put a 12-inch pier extension because the SVX 140 I have on there is huge and you definitely need a pier. As you can see, it comes with like a 4-inch pier from the factory, but what I can also do is take this off and actually double it up and basically make it an 8-inch. For the SVX 102, that could be perfect. I could get away with this. It's obviously still a decent sized scope at 102 millimeters of aperture. So better safe than sorry. So I might experiment with swapping that out. But again, it's really nice that I can, instead of having to go out and buy a new pier, I can kind of mix and match some parts between the two mounts. All right, in the interest of better safe than sorry too, I'm gonna go ahead and just put the extra pier on there. So it's these 3 screws. So you tighten the 6 bolts around this bottom part and you just drop that in, rotate it, and then I'd go ahead and snug it up. Now, as you can see, I had the Losmandy over the Losmandy. I did that because I want the same orientation of the Gemini. So I will go ahead and tighten these down each with the Allen key just to make sure that it's in there nice and snug. And then I drop the mount head on the same way. So just going to go ahead and set that guy on, rotate it, and then I just kind of hand tighten. And then again, with the Allen key, I'll go over each of those. And then we just reconnect the cable for each one, and then we're good to go. So now we have quite a bit more room in terms of pier. So when this all rotates, the scope is gonna be almost impossible to hit the tripod legs. So now it's good to go and in the condition that I'm gonna bring it out to the backyard and use it tonight. All right, well, it's Thursday. We're gonna get everything packed up to head out first thing in the morning and pick Tanya up from Milwaukee Airport. Unfortunately, when I went to the rental car counter to check out, I realized that sometime between Vermont, when I had to use my license to get on the flight about 10 days ago to come home, and today I have misplaced it unbeknownst to me. So unfortunately I have to use a spare car, which is great on gas, small on size. Now I have fit a rig and all my camping supplies in there, no problem. So I'm thinking the camping supplies will be about the same as packing a second rig. The only downside is I now have another person, so I can't use the front seat. This is gonna be very tight, and so figured I'd take you guys along for the packing puzzle that I'm about to do here, and hopefully we can get everything in without having to leave too many essential things behind. But we might be flying a little lighter than I like to, because as you guys know, I like to have a lot of redundancies and backups for stuff. But I do definitely want to take both rigs so we can do a couple comparisons. We're gonna do the Losmandy G811 German Equatorial mount that's lighter weight with the NYX-101, just to kind of compare a lightweight German Equatorial to a very lightweight harmonic drive and just see the difference. And then we'll have the Pleiades 111 and the Stellarvue SVX 102 going side by side. So I like having 2 rigs running. We get double the data because the focal length is basically the same, but then we also get to compare and contrast a lot of other factors. So it really is important that we do that. And so hopefully we can figure this out and make it happen. Wish me luck. Tanya, I hope you pack light, because if not, I don't know what we're gonna do. All right, well, we are officially on the way. I just got to the airport and I'm getting a call from Tanya now. Let's see what Tanya has to say. Hey Tanya, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm in the, I just got to the arrivals section now, so I'm just waiting to loop around.
Okay, I think that's where I'm at. I don't know.
All right, we have Miss Hollywood with us, Tanya. She's very excited by all the lakes.
Very excited about the lakes. Every corner we turn around, there's another new lake, and it just makes me so happy. Yeah, welcome to the Northwoods of Wisconsin. We're actually about 15 minutes out, so we'll be to the cabin soon. We're trying to locate some kind of grocery store, but per usual, it's usually tough to come by up here. We have made it up here safe and sound, and so now we just have to find, well, you want to find a Piggly Wiggly, right? I do want to find a Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah. We're looking for a picnic.
It's really pretty up here, though.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Very beautiful.
The weather's really good. It's in the 70s, so hopefully we'll have a good weekend. We'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Oh yeah, it is like a little, it's like a little creek.
Oh my God, oh look, there's a river.
That's cool. Yeah, it's really nice. We could set up like basically in the middle here to have for the astrophotography. So they have a good view. We just have to figure out what direction we want to shoot. That's always the first thing I try to figure out is where we get the most open. Oh, come over here, look at this, a little firewood thing.
I know, I saw that. So cute.
Yeah, this is cool. Place looks pretty awesome.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if this is even.
It was just pure luck though, really.
Because let me see if
It's got to be one of these three. Huh? Shower? Outdoor shower? Oh, this is like woods. Oh, they have a little grill. Oh my God, listen to the water. Can you hear it? The water? If you be quiet for a sec.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to go walking around.
Yeah.
Dead people in here. I'm just kidding.
Probably not.
Oh, there's some.
Little bunk bed.
So cute.
Doesn't have a weird smell, which is good.
Yeah.
Like it's probably new, honestly.
It looks. I'm gonna sit here. You get to die first. You sit down after.
Okay.
This place is super. Oh my God, there's so many rooms.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. $300 up here is, or whatever it was, 200 something,
Yeah.
is a lot of money out here. And then check this out. This is a great view. Oh, there's like a whole river and some canoes.
I know. I saw that. Yeah. Oh, I brought my bathing suit.
And then hopefully some really clear skies tonight. Little outdoor area. Cool. Good pick. All right. All right, we've got everything set up, so all the hard work is done, as you saw in the time lapse, and we're actually stealing some power. Tanya found this really long extension cable, so one of the rigs is going to run on actual power, and then we can be nice and redundant and have 2 batteries on this one.
Yes.
And then what did we got you all set up?
We did. We set everything up on the laptop, which Ryan will do a much more detailed description. Instead of doing it out here, we'll be doing that over the weekend.
I told her that she actually has to run the Losmandy rig. So we got her remote desktop downloaded. We got it all connected.
Yeah.
Everything's hooked up to the Wi-Fi in the lodge. So now we can go inside because the bugs
are getting us right now.
They're already starting to come out. So now we can go inside, relax, and we can control everything from our iPads and do it from the comfort of inside.
Bug free.
All right.
See you soon. Hello.
Well, just to check in, so we've been imaging the last couple nights. As you can see, it is cloudy, but we're hopefully supposed to clear up before.
It usually clears up like at night, like right before dusk, which dusk is at like 10:30 here. So it's crazy.
Tanya's an official expert of the Northwoods now. We've got her up here. She's had cheese curds.
I've had cheese curds. They were actually really good. I was scared of it at first, but they were really good.
It was just the name,
Gotta
I think,
try it,
mostly.
yes.
But yeah, really good. So this rig has been running good. And honestly, I didn't want to tell Tanya this, but I secretly came out here to try to convince you guys to make one of these.
Right.
But after seeing how quick and easy it was to set that up, like...
It was counterbalancing everything took us what, like
60
really,
seconds?
Yes. I mean, it was just so quick, so fast. Everything worked. It connected perfectly, and it's been up and running for the past 2 nights. This will be the 3rd night that we've gotten some great data from it.
Yeah, so it's guiding great. It just feels like the G11, but just like its lighter, smaller brother. So everything feels exactly the same. It connects the same way.
Right.
I know this mount has done well. I'm a little disappointed I didn't bring my other Eagle. My other Eagle's sitting on the 140. I brought the Melee and the Pegasus Powerbox combo.
Yeah, you prefer the Eagle over, like this is like your go-to system when it comes to like connecting Wi-Fi and your hub. And everything.
Well, they use the industrial grade components, and the Wi-Fi goes a lot longer. So even if you can't get it to connect to the home base, I know it will reach inside there. Whereas I'm trying to connect to the internal Wi-Fi on this, get it connected to that. and I just, the last night I really
enough
battled
strength.
it. Yeah, battled it all night, decided to give up, and so we've imaging great with this setup, and so we're hoping that it clears up tonight. We'll get one more night of imaging, and then we'll go ahead and pack up and head out tomorrow, get her back out to La La Land in California, where it's warmer. It is 55.
It's 55 degrees. It's cold here, but it's so beautiful. It's so peaceful. I mean, we're definitely going to link the Loons Lodge website. So if you would like to come here, I'm going to tell you, bring your families. It is absolutely beautiful. There's three homes here, and there's a natural pool down here. They've got kayaks, canoes, everything, and all up and on the river. You can fish, get your fishing license before you go out. Lots of great fish.
Trout.
Yeah, lots. I mean, it's beautiful here. We actually met a friend. I exchanged numbers with the person that was renting next door. So it's beautiful. The town is absolutely gorgeous.
Tanya's not used to how nice people in the Midwest are. So it's been fun seeing her kind of experience the whole Northwoods.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The Midwest experience. But we got some great data last night, a decent amount from the first night. So hopefully tonight it does clear up. And then if not, we'll get it all packed up and get out tomorrow. So just wanted to check in with you guys, give you an update, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow as we're heading out. All right, well, we're on our way back. We're gonna take lovely Tanya to the airport. She's had her Northwoods Midwest experience. How was it?
Which was amazing. Yeah. So beautiful. Like, we're back in like a populated area again, and I'm like, wait, these places, there's a lot going on here. We were in such a rural area. It was absolutely amazing. My brain definitely enjoyed the rest. Yes, it was absolutely gorgeous. Well, I'll be posting pictures, and I'm sure Ryan will be posting pictures of this beautiful area.
Yeah, so now we've got wanted to test it from a like a travel mount perspective, and so now gonna take it home, set it up in the backyard. I think we might even have some clear skies tonight. Kind of test it next to the G11 and see how does it do as a combo mount, both for on the road and at home. So
I thought he was going to test it, but he didn't. But it turned out to be great. We just set it up really quick, and it turned out to it performed very well. So what did you think about the whole German Equatorial travel mount versus the harmonic drive mount that we also had? What did you think of that experience?
Yeah, so I mean, it's been a long time. Obviously, when I first started, that's what I brought out, and then switching to the harmonics. What I love is you get a lot of the same stability and the quality feel that you get with like the G11 at home, but with the tripod, only being 15 pounds instead of 35 pounds. Really, the only differentiator from my standpoint, because the total package is maybe 10 pounds more than something like a Pegasus.
Okay.
So 10 pounds to me is really not that big of a deal. It's just really having to, balance it. But, we balanced it the first time in like literally under a minute.
Yeah, I'm not out using this equipment all the time, and vice versa, not using other people's equipment. So I really only have our mount experience. But when we were setting up both of the things, I think you'll see in the time lapse that there really was not a difference between the two. Maybe an extra 30 seconds to do a quick balance, but our balance was super easy.
Yeah, we got lucky where we had the counterweight on. I basically just loosened the clutch. It was good. The deck, I had to slide the scope forward about an inch, and that was that. So, I mean, I think for long-term stability, quality, having more of that at-home mount feel, but still being able to be portable, I think it definitely passed the test for me. Now I just want to see, we didn't have any wind, so I want to go home, have the G11 going side by side. That way I can see the guiding results when a gust of wind comes.
Right.
How much stability do we lose by lightening the package by almost 30 pounds? If it's more stable than the harmonic drive,
that's going to be, I would say that would be your
that would make it the overall winner for me.
Right, yeah, because stability on the mount is
really
probably 75% of it. Am I correct?
Well, yeah, because the nice thing about a lightweight mount is easy to carry, but it's not going to be super stable if there's wind or vibrations, things like that. So if we can kind of get the best of both worlds, we obviously can't expect it to be as stable as a 35-pound tripod.
Of course.
But if it's somewhere in the middle and we still get the ease of portability, then to me, I think it would be a great overall option. So I'm excited to test it, and then I'll conclude the video at that point so I can give you guys a taste of how it feels to operate it not only on the road, but then also from the backyard, and see if it's the best kind of all-around mount combo that you guys can get if you're looking for something in that 50-pound carrying capacity.
All right, well, perfect. Well, we all look forward to the next video. Hope you've enjoyed our videos and our travels thus far. I know I've enjoyed it. I think, Brian, we both got a lot out of it, and I got to see Milwaukee and Wisconsin. It was absolutely beautiful. Met some wonderful people, and ate some cheese curds. Yes.
Spotted cow,
yes.
And a peaceful river view. So
yes,
it was a nice win for our California girl. So yeah, guys, we'll finish the video there. Thanks for coming along with us on this little adventure we're on thus far.
Yeah. All right. Talk soon. Bye.
So for the last couple weeks, I've been imaging from home now, and I do feel really confident in my ability to kind of wrap up the review and kind of summarize. The big thing that I wanted to test from home was its ability to perform in windy conditions as well as in calm conditions, to really dial it in and see how low I could get in terms of guiding. And on the calm side, I was able to dial it in just as low as the G11, right around the 0.40, and then kind of holding between 0.4 and 0.5. So it's a great performer under normal conditions. And in windy conditions, I wanted to test, will it outperform a lightweight strain wave like an AM5 or NYX-101? And it absolutely did, by about half an arc second. So I had a night that was 15 mile an hour steady with gusts over 25 miles an hour, which is not typical for this area. And usually I wouldn't image, but I wanted to set them all up and test to see how they would do. And I was looking at the guiding in real time and just kind of assessing the difference. We were basically getting about 1.0 with a big 35-pound tripod and about 50 pounds of counterweight. So obviously way more weight, can't expect that. We were getting about 1.5 here, which coincidentally is the imaging scale of the system. With a 515 millimeter scope and a 3.7 micron pixel, you're right around 1.5 arc seconds. So that worked out well. I didn't have to throw anything out. And then I was getting right around 1.9 to 2.0 with the NYX. Now that was just very short peaks. And then as soon as the gust would go away, it would settle back down, well under 1.0 on all three mounts. So if you're looking for something that's probably going to outperform on average in all conditions, some of these lightweight mounts, and still be light enough to take on the road, this is a great option. With a 50-pound capacity, it's very strong and can hold a pretty good size scope. I've really loved using this whole setup. I think this is an awesome scope to use with it. And then just continuing, this is now my second eagle with the Prima Luce focuser as well. I love, basically this whole thing has been just awesome to use. I like using both of these in the same night, and it's just really fun to see, you can point them at the same object or pick different things, and they've been a blast to use, and I just really love using it. It's a go-to setup. I actually don't even have a third scope set up right now, just because I've really enjoyed using these two, and I'm kind of getting everything that I want. So I definitely would recommend it overall. If you're wanting something that's even lighter, you can just get the G8, which is a 40-pound capacity and doesn't have a mix match between the G11 RA and the G8 declination axis. And because there is a gearing difference of 360 teeth with the RA and 180 with the deck, you do want to make sure when you go in and configure the Gemini computer or in your ASI Air, you do select the correct mount of G811 in the dropdown, because you need to tell the declination axis to rotate corresponding to the RA axis correctly and make up for that difference in gear ratio, but it obviously doesn't have any effect on performance. When you're in there, you also want to set up your limits as always, and that's just to make sure that it doesn't slew too far to crash this into anything, and that's really simple to do. There are some defaults, and then like a safer set of defaults that will probably work for most people. You can also then go in and just customize the number in terms of the degree of angle that you want it to be able to rotate. So that's really simple, and there's plenty of info out there both on the review of that mount, and then Losmandy has a big series on how to set up the Gemini system. There's also a really good Gemini support group, an IO group that you can reach out to, and there's tons of people that are very knowledgeable in there that can help you. So from a setup and support standpoint, you are definitely covered. There's going to be a lot of ways that you can get that, and if you do have any questions or comments that you want to make, you can leave them below, and and I'm happy to help. But at $2,800, I do think it is something that's a very viable option for you. If you want a good overall do-it-all type of option that will allow you to be portable as well as use from your home and get great results, this is definitely one to look at. I think it's going to give you a little bit of a step up from some of the more popular options out there. And I just think overall, this is a setup now that I've done a gear consultation and had a couple people take home, both of which that were brand new. They've done this whole setup with the Eagle, the 102, and the Losmandy mount, and folks that have never used astrophotography gear at all were able to get it up and running within a week or two. So it's not as complicated as you think. It is very easy and doable, and I think you'll be happy long term with the durability and the quality you get out of something like this. And I think it's going to allow you to get really good results for your time and make sure that the one thing that is holding you back is not your mount performance. So like I said, if you do have any questions, leave them below. Hopefully this was helpful to you, and hopefully it's something that you want to pick out. If you do want to get one of these at the checkout, make sure you mention the channel. You will get a free power supply, which is right around $100, and that way you know you are getting the accurate power supply. That is one of the biggest things that is an issue with any mount, and so you want to make sure that you're using the one that's recommended by the manufacturer. And I'm looking forward to completely wiping out the AM5 from the lineup and basically making this the full-time replacement as something that is a good middleweight grab and go or use as a home base with a decent size scope and getting the great results that I'm looking for. So until the next one, as always guys, clear skies.